Irish whiskey. Hey everybody, welcome to the Omega Man's channel. Today it's going to be a little bit different from some of my previous videos. We're going to do a review on Dr. Squatch soap, something that I'm passionate about. I love natural soaps. Dr. Squatch just makes it easy by having everything mail order. I could order everything online and I get it within a few days. They got so many different scents to choose from, so it's a little overwhelming in the beginning. That's why I'm going to put out this video. Hopefully it'll help you to make some decisions. Not that my opinion matters, because one of them might smell good to me but might not smell good to another person. Everybody has different scents that they really like. There is a few of these that I thought I was really going to love and I wasn't crazy about, and then there is a few that I really did not think I would like and I just tried out and I actually ended up really liking it. So in this video we're going to go over a couple of different ones, some of them which I have here, some of them which I don't have at the moment but have tried in the past. I like the shapes of the bars, I like the colors. Yeah, I like that they went with the square shape. It fits perfectly on the soap saver right there, and it just looks great in the bathroom. Now, I haven't tried all of Dr. Squatch soaps because I'm not a millionaire. I don't know how some of these YouTubers can afford to get all of them in one shot and have them for a YouTube video. These bars are about $7 per bar, which is fine when you're doing it in small amounts, but to buy all of them and just to do a video to rate them, I couldn't see doing that. So I just have a few. Now, Dr. Squatch does have the subscription online. However, you don't have to subscribe to get soap. You could just buy them individually for a little bit more. Any of you that are hesitant to subscribe, you could always change out the date on when you want to receive your next shipment. So if you don't want to receive a shipment in 3 months, you could change it out to 4 months, 5 months, whatever it is. So that's an awesome option right there. They do market towards men. However, some of these scents, I mean, really anybody could use, because they're so mild. It wouldn't be any problem. Anybody that's still using liquid soap, that stuff is just so bad for your skin and just so bad for you in general. It's too perfumey. It's just too strong. It dries out your skin. So I definitely recommend using natural soap on your skin. For somebody like me, I really only use soap like every 3 days. So Irish cream and whiskey. This one is a limited edition scent. You can usually only get this around St. Patty's Day, but it does get pretty good reviews. This is the soap right here. I love the marbling. It smells really good. Now, when you first smell one of these bars of soap, usually the initial smell is a little bit different than what it smells like when you're using it. So I would suggest don't get turned off sometimes when you smell it in the beginning. Try it out, because the smell does change over time. This one definitely got better. When I first smelled it, it just smelled like whiskey. So it smelled like I was washing myself with whiskey. It was a little too strong. But as I started to use it, I really started to get a smell of like almost like a grapefruit in it. This soap is a zero grit, so it's not exfoliating. But I really did grow to like this soap. I would give this bar a 3.5 stars out of 5. I do like it a lot. I would definitely rebuy it, but it's not one of my favorites, but it definitely is really good and I would suggest trying it out. Notice I do have the soap saver. I definitely recommend getting this. It lets the soap dry out so that it doesn't stay wet all the time, so you do get longer use out of it by putting it on there. As you can see, the grooves, so it lets air get in through there, and this way it dries out. It doesn't sit there all wet, and your bar will last a lot longer. Next up is Fresh Falls. I love the color on that one, that blue. This is also zero grit, so not exfoliating. It does have indigo powder in it. That's what gives it the color, the blue color. It does have a hint of citrus in it. It's supposed to smell like a crisp forest waterfall. Again, seems to be one of people's favorites. It's not one of my favorites. The reason is if you are into some of those men's body washes with the sport scents and all that, that's what this kind of smells like. So any of those blue body washes that people use a lot of times, that's this. It is a little bit milder, but it's a clean scent, very nice, but just not my cup of tea. I know my cousin would have loved this scent, but really, I like the color. It smells okay, so that's why I get it every now and then. But again, not one of my favorites. I would give this one 3 out of 5 stars. Really nice. Birchwood Breeze. So this is one of the ones that I thought I was really gonna like a lot when I saw what was in it. I am really into the woodsy scents, so you know, I thought I was really gonna like this. To me, it smells a little bit like old people, but as I got to use it, it's not that bad. I kind of got used to it. My favorite thing about this is the medium grit. So medium grit is perfect for me. I love a medium grit soap. It's good for exfoliating. I don't use this all the time, but it's good to always have a bar of medium grit soap for me. I also love the color on some of their soaps. They're beautiful. I would give Birchwood Breeze a 2.5 out of 5 stars, mostly because I do like the grit. The smell is a little bit too much, and it does linger with you for a little while, so when I use this, I can smell it on me for most of the day, and since I'm not that crazy about the scent, that's not a great thing. Next up is Star Wars Wisdom Wash. With the Yoda on it. This is one of the Star Wars limited editions. This is probably one of my favorites out of the Star Wars soaps. Again, I love the color. The smell, it's just such a clean scent. Yeah, I really like this one. This does say that it has 0 grit in it. In my experience, it does feel like it has a tiny bit of grit in it, almost like the perfect amount for me. So I do like this bar a lot. It smells really nice and clean. I definitely recommend, if you're going to get any of the Star Wars ones, check this one out. You're going to like it. I would give this one a 4 out of 5 stars. Gold Moss. Again, this is another one that I thought was going to be one of my favorites. I really like woodsy smells, but again, this one just kind of smells old to me. It's got 0 grit. It just doesn't do it for me. It's okay. If it was cheaper, maybe I would definitely buy this more often, but being that these soaps are not the cheapest, this is not one that I really am gonna buy all the time. It's scented with oak moss. It's a little bit musky, but again, just not my cup of tea. I would give this one 2 out of 5 stars. Spearmint Basil. It is pretty much what it says it is. It's got just such a clean spearminty smell, really refreshing. This is a great early morning soap when you need to wake up. It just keeps you invigorated. I love the smell of this. It just awakens all of your senses. I definitely like this soap. This is a 0 grit, so no grit on there, but it's just such a nice clean scent all around. I give Spearmint Basil a 4 out of 5 stars. It's definitely one of my top 5. I mean, who doesn't like spearmint or basil? Alpine Sage. Now this one is definitely one of my favorites. It's supposed to smell like a warm mountain breeze. It has 0 grit. It smells like cypress, lavender, and sage. It's just a good bar of soap. It has the perfect amount of scent for me. Really clean smelling. not too strong. It still has that outdoorsy, woodsy type of smell to me, but not as strong as the birchwood or the gold moss, where it's overpowering. I would give Alpine Sage a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Bay Rum, this is another one of my favorites. It smells like island tropic and spice. This has a 0 grit, so it's not exfoliating, but it just smells so good. It smells like clove, cinnamon, pine, and citrusy. And that stuff, it just works so well together with this soap. I grew up using Bay Rum, and I love Bay Rum. So it's awesome that somebody made it into a soap. I'm sure there are other Bay Rum soaps out there, but since I love Dr. Squatch, this works for me. So this is definitely, again, one of my top. I give this 4.5 out of 5 stars again. Just such a great soap. Now, on to my absolute favorite Dr. Squatch soap is Cedar Citrus. This is absolutely my favorite bar that they have. It smells like rustic cedar and zesty orange oils. It's just this just does it for me. It's got 0 grit, even though it does look like it has grit in it. Maybe a tiny bit, so maybe a small amount. I wouldn't say 0, but it's just a very clean scent. It's not overpowering. It's not too perfumey, and the orange smell just smells really clean and nice. This is my favorite bar soap out of all the little ones that they sell. I give this bar a 5 out of 5 stars. This is one of the bars that I buy over and over and over again. This one is a constant. Almost every time I order, it's got to be the Cedar Citrus. Now I'm going to talk about a couple of other soaps that I don't have here, but I've tried in the past. I want to talk about the Deep Sea Goat's Milk and the Eucalyptus Greek Yogurt. These are great soaps. However, those are two of the ones that I wish had a little bit stronger of a scent. Deep Sea Goat Milk has oatmeal and shea butter in it. It's a medium grit soap, so it's just really good for your skin. The Eucalyptus Greek Yogurt has Greek yogurt, oatmeal, and eucalyptus in it. Again, just really good for your skin, really good feeling. It's got that medium grit, so just very plain smelling. I would give both of those 3 out of 5 stars because it's something that I would want to use every now and then, maybe in the winter months when my skin is a little more dry. I like a little bit of exfoliating and with the calming effects of the oatmeal and the yogurt. Cool Fresh Aloe. Again, this is another one that just wasn't anything special for me. It's just a little too plain for me. It has 0 grit. However, the scent wasn't anything special. It doesn't really stand out. It's just aloe leaf, olive oil, and shea butter. So again, these are all pretty much good for your skin. It's just one of the scents that's not as strong. I would give the Cool Fresh Aloe 2.5 out of 5 stars. Cold Brew Cleanse. This is another one that I thought I was going to go crazy over. It's coffee and brown sugar, so how could you go wrong? It just wasn't strong enough for me. I didn't really get the coffee. It is a heavy grit soap, which is good for exfoliating, but it's not something that I would get all the time. Maybe if I wanted to get one of the heavier grit ones, that's, I would go with that. But usually I'm a more medium to light grit person, but the scent just wasn't what I was expecting. I would give it a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Grapefruit IPA. This one smells like citrus and hops. It has 0 grit. It's a pretty good soap. It actually has a very clean scent to it. You definitely smell like grapefruit in there. I would put this one right in the middle for me, so I would have to say probably 3 stars out of 5. Now, for the most controversial out of all of them, people are really going to not like this, but I'm going to talk about pine tar. Pine tar is one of my least favorites out of the Dr. Squatch soaps. Pine tar is one of the ones that's probably marketed the most. It's the one that you hear people talking about the most. Everybody that I know loves this soap. I know a lot of women that have said they love the smell of it. I don't get that. The smell, it's not strong enough for me to be like, wow, it's amazing. It's a heavy grit soap. My skin is just too sensitive for a heavy grit. I feel like I'm washing myself with glass, and I think that's probably part of what turned me off of it. It does have the activated charcoal in it, which is cool, but it's just a little too gritty for me, and not worth it. So this is one of my least favorites. I would give it a, I'll be generous and give it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, but it's really not something that I would buy again unless they made a version of this with medium grit. On top of the charcoal, it also has sand and oatmeal in it, so it's just all kinds of grit. Then again, like I said, a lot of people talk about this soap. I don't know if it's because they market it so well that this is the one that people try the most, but a lot of people love the scent. I think it's okay, but for me, the grit was just too much. It overpowers the scent, so I don't care how good it smells, it was just a little too gritty for me. The colognes. So let's talk about the colognes for a second. I tried this one out, the Beechwood Bourbon. Smells really good. Sandalwood and bourbon. Nice clean scent. It's good. My issue with this is this little bottle right here is $21. That's a little steep. It's something that I probably wouldn't buy again. This is probably better to be used in like a an oil burner or something like that, where you'll actually get the scent, but it's just not strong enough when you put it on your skin. It's not strong enough that you're really gonna smell it. It's a very mild scent, so which is good when it comes to cologne. However, for $21, I don't want to have to use half the bottle to be able to smell it. So although this is a really good scent, I do not see myself spending $21 on a bottle like this. This is one of the things where I think Dr. Squatch has to lower their prices on certain things, and this is one of them. The toothpaste. So I tried the toothpaste out. They have a morning formula and a nighttime formula. The morning formula is more citrusy, whereas the nighttime formula is more spearmint. They were really good toothpastes. However, again, pretty expensive, pretty pricey. They're about $12 per tube or $22 for both tubes. I do like the idea of using a different toothpaste in the morning and a different toothpaste at night. However, for that price, I did realize that I brush my teeth twice a day, once in the morning, once at night. I did realize that the nighttime formula had probably about half the amount of toothpaste in it, because the daytime one lasted me twice as long. So for some reason, and I use the same amount of toothpaste all the time, so for some reason I did not get the same amount of toothpaste. So I was not happy about that, but you know, it's something that I probably just won't get it again for that price. It's another thing, if they lower their prices, made it a little more reasonable, then it's something that I would, you know, love to purchase. But at $22 for the kit, I can't see myself getting that again. And there you have it. So that is my review of most of the Dr. Squatch soaps that I have tried. Again, I haven't tried every single one. I definitely suggest going with your gut and just picking out ones that you think that you would like and giving it a try. If you don't like it, they're not that strong, so it's not like the scent is gonna, you know, overpower. Alright everybody, don't forget to like this video if you want to see more. If I get enough likes, then I'll start making more about future products and maybe some of the future Dr. Squatch products that I try. But the reason I did this video is basically to give you guys an idea of at least what these smell like, in my opinion, and everybody's different. So one might smell a certain way to me, but somebody else might smell something else in it that I don't smell. My best advice is give them a try, pick out 3 that you think you're gonna like. There's gotta be 1 or 2 that you're really gonna love and that you're gonna wanna purchase again. Until next time, I'm the Omega Man.